I'm the first one here. Hello there. Saluting face.
Nate, welcome aboard. Odd, welcome. Just getting my advertising done. You know the tricks.
Hey, there's another settlement that needs your help. I put it on your map.
Thanks, Nate. How is everybody this afternoon? And sorry I'm a little bit behind on my start time. I was finishing watching Braveheart.
Oh, do you know Fanta is making 5 nights at Freddy's Fanta flavor?
I did not know that, but that's interesting choice. I wonder what flavor that actually would end up being.
Good and hot, especially hot. It's super hot here, 112 hot that is.
Wow, that is hot. Right now we're 100, so you got me beat. But we've had a mild week. We haven't broken 105 this week. Are you in the Mojave? I heard they're having a heat wave right now.
Well, as high as it got here, 112. Hope it never gets higher because I'm already have like 3 fans on me already in my AC.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do to mitigate the heat. I've always said that I can deal with the cold a little easier than the heat. There's only so much you can take off. You can always add more layers. You can't take off so much. generally, the heat isn't terrible if it's dry enough and you have water to drink.
And that's why I love winter so much, because you can just put on more clothes for when it's hot. There's so much you can do.
Yeah, the summer outdoors, there's only so much you can do.
Especially why my AC keeps string off, because at room temperature of the AC, but I'm still hot.
Yeah. Well,
the gang of non-humans continue to infiltrate the city, harassing and robbing.
it's difficult for you to cool down, because frequently
The community center on P1 is a good place.
where you are in the room is not the same place as the thermostat. Pardon me, please. It definitely is a challenge to keep yourself cool.
The 3 fans are more reliable than my AC.
Yeah, I keep a fan in my room to keep the air circulating.
So, where to next?
See what the
I'll tell you, it is expensive to keep the air conditioner running in the desert. There's no doubt about it. And the worst part is the air conditioning season is so long.
orbital insertion completed. Look alive! I've got it! It's up! Look alive! Navigational feedback checks out. We're in the right place.
Great, it has now reached 113 degrees hot.
All right, we're done. You're cleared to land at the Imperial core.
I've always loved that picture. It's from Battlefront 2. Cover art. Speaking of Battlefront 2, if you're on Discord and you're in my Discord server, there's a poll up that ends today for which Battlefront 2 is taking over the Sunday stream. And if you're not on Discord, the same poll is available on YouTube, which also ends today. This will give me some feedback as to what you guys would most like to see. What are you, a goddamn weatherman now?
Captain! Over here!
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there.
My relationship with the Empire, it's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The Empire's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time Imperial Admiral of the Empire.
You can't clone a man and get a woman.
Navy. They called him
That's not how cloning works.
Woe to the defeated in Old Imperial, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the Empire's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the Imperial military for generations to come.
A non-trivial amount of gene editing. Clone, honestly, isn't even really the right term for our relationship, thanks to the amount of donor material that was required to bring me into this world. He and I are different on more than a few levels, but there's no denying the fact we're inextricably linked. You have? I mean, it's old technology. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Some independent group might have managed to figure it out again. But in my case, it complicates things. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death on both sides.
Rebel Alliance and Empire, military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're part of the reason the Empire and Rebel Alliance aren't really on great terms to this day.
So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here. It's hard to know exactly what might sway them. I'd just be honest about what you saw. A colony wiped out, and a lot of lives lost. Something we don't want anyone else to have to experience.
That's actually a souvenir from my time on Genosis. The Red Devils unit I was a part of, they were founded by recruits who'd worked some of Genosis's deepest mines. Folks used to adversity.
The dust at those depths, it seeps into everything. The human eye included. Where the name Red Devils came from in the first place.
I get
It
it.
became an unwritten rite of passage that anyone wanting to enlist with the Devils had to do a stint in the mines before they could join up. The Devils were always talked about in such revered tones during my training, so as soon as I was old enough, I signed up. And the eyes were my parting gift.
I mean, we never spent a lot of time together. He was too busy being an Imperial Admiral to deal with kids. I was raised by a pair of Guardians instead. Until his defeat during the Clone War, though, he was known as an extremely effective commander. Savvy, perceptive. That mind opened a lot of doors for him. And for me, too.
But Ve Victus, for all his ability, was heartless. Ruthless to a fault. In the end, that's what cost him his life.
Being heartless probably actually gave him the ability to be that effective a commander, to be honest.
Eye strain from the amount of reading I've got on the horizon if we succeed.
The Rakghoul project never went anywhere. It couldn't. They're deadly creatures, but they aren't bioweapons.
The cabinet not opening the archives is probably a bigger risk than them handing over the files. That data itself isn't dangerous, which probably wouldn't be a bad point for us to bring up, should the opportunity arise. Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go.
Ah, and that must make you the Captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for bringing us this information. You can imagine my surprise when I was informed you were also the agent involved in the debacle between the ISB and the Shadow Collective. Still quite a mystery.
That
how it all went
was
so wrong.
the Admiral's
In fact,
fault.
Some of Commander Ikande's few remaining compatriots even went so far as to suggest we were making a mistake granting you an audience at all.
Ikande is the
And we
problem.
should instead strap you in irons. Tell me, why would they think something like that? I suppose so. But then that's not really the reason we're here today, is it? We have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives.
Yeah,
A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories: Empire, Rebel Alliance, and the Sith.
yeah.
Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
That's quite the leap, Captain. Supreme Leader, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Rakghoul attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon.
They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt, the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties. Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this rat ghoul seem at all alarming to you?
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Grand Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
It doesn't matter if it can be weaponized or not. The archives need to remain sealed for now. There's no reason to rush into a decision of this magnitude.
That? I hadn't thought of that, Captain.
An excellent point indeed. The other powers would likely be much more inclined to work with us knowing that. Chief Diplomat.
That point is a good one. Very well, you have my agreement. The galaxy is lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident. Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
Been an attack at the spaceport. Rat ghouls.
Rat ghouls? More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Grand Admiral Batch, the local barracks can provide support.
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-bio squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two. We can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next shuttle there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
Let's get to the Nat station. Because nothing's scarier than a swarm of gnats.
The EM rifle, grab it! Now!
Stop! We're trying to help you!
I can't stop!
That's it! Now hit him with everything you've got!
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the rat ghoul's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We'd tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some rat ghouls, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet.
Good to know.
You kill the ghoul, you break the hold. But this means we're going to need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready. Let's do it.
That's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Guess we have to make that a favorite. I'm going to put that... Not likely to need the sniper rifle. I almost let myself get scanned.
Wait, officer? Are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, and we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before, huh? Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Captain, you're going to be okay. It's not real. Whatever you're experiencing right now,
That one was the Diddy Terramorph. It's got a pocket full of lubricant.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with rat ghouls before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here. But we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not normal stormtroopers. You don't need to worry about us. Your call. We're on the line.
Or something.
I'm coming for you.
Check your 6! It's one of them! That's the best you've got!
Target down. Nice work, Captain. It's over. Thank God. If these things reached the populated areas of the city, we would have had an absolute massacre on our hands.
Yes, we would have. Let's go talk to Yummy.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. Universe put the right people in the right place. Certainly doesn't feel like it.
I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the leader. Let her know the rat ghouls have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before
For a second, I thought he was going to shoot this stormtrooper who was down. It's like, that's a little extreme, isn't it? He's not a horse. You don't have to shoot him because he's lame.
You're cleared to head back up.
I can take the armor off.
Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, Captain. Hadrian. It would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for Coruscant today, as well as an apology. Your concerns about the rat ghouls, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the rat ghoul data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But, as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed, first, we're going to need someone to convince the Rebel Alliance and the Sith loyalists to agree.
Yep.
Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the Empire and all the galaxy are facing right now. The cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative. The cabinet wants progress, and wants it quickly. You're already far more familiar with the situation than any diplomat would be. There's also no diplomat alive that can claim they helped keep a cadre of rat ghouls off the embassy doorsteps. The cabinet was unanimous. They want you. We see your atypical background as a strength, not a hindrance. The people you'll be dealing with, they're rather atypical themselves. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us? I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives.
McIntyre, huh?
You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the Galactic Empire, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
You've got the cabinet's full backing to prevent more attacks. Understand?
Howdy.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer Kulkarni. Start getting a plan together for that data.
We didn't get where we are by sitting on our laurels. Our laurels, in fact, became uninhabitable a long time ago. Helps to remember that.
I don't want to hear about your laurels, lady.
You know who this is, correct? Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you our new envoy. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command.
I'm the GMC envoy.
You're someone I've already heard plenty about. One of the few survivors of the ISB debacle and defender of Coruscant.
Is everybody going to bring that up?
Duck for cover around you or shake your hand. But you have my thanks for what you did for the city, regardless.
Ikande is the one
I
who
was
screwed
also
up that.
informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Rat Ghoul data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
All right, we'll start at the beginning.
When the Civil War ended, the Empire and Rebel Alliance came to the agreement some weapons needed to be off-limits. Combat droids, biowarfare. So they gathered up all relevant research materials and sealed that information away, Rat Ghoul data included, in the archives here in Coruscant.
The Rat Ghouls weren't weapons.
Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories.
Empire, Rebel Alliance, and the Sith Loyalists.
Okay, I got it.
The Empire's already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people, the ambassadors of the Rebel Alliance and the Sith Zealots, to hand over their codes.
Okay, got that.
Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
Well, you know, I am a Rebel Ranger, right?
Very funny. This is going to be hard enough already. Both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate.
Both factions have reasons to cooperate with me.
Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with.
Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of the Rebel Alliance or Ambassador Balmore from the Sith?
Tell me about the Rebel.
Ah, the good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Civil War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable.
If Sam is any example of how stubborn the Freestar people can be, then I can imagine how difficult it must be dealing with this ambassador. Now,
Did you forget that Sam's
our
dead?
office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code. Never underestimate the universe's ability to surprise. That's why we have Plan B.
The ISB has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage. But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, If you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you. Name's Cameron Long. He's younger than Radcliffe. Bears less of a grudge towards the Empire.
He works closely with the ambassador, making him a promising source for information on the ins and outs of embassy life. And someone who very likely hates her guts.
Yes, many. Don't steal anything. Don't get caught anywhere you're not supposed to. Absolutely do not harm anyone. If something goes wrong, we'll do our best to smooth things over, but I can't make any promises.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up, you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Some credits and rebel security added? Utility section access door in the conference room was found unlocked. Again, this cannot keep happening. Leaving that door unlocked poses a direct risk to the ambassador's privacy and security. We all need to get in the habit of ensuring it's locked before and after each shift. This will be your final warning. Lock the damned access door. I'll come back and ask her about the other guy when I'm ready.
Yes? What?
I guess I have to ask her about him now. Because I'm not getting a marker to go to the other place yet.
Captain, would you like to finish your briefing on the ambassadors?
Yeah.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge.
When the rest of the Sith retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here.
He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again.
Though claiming to know how a member of the Sith thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
Well said. There's no reason to assume they're any worse than us, despite their cultural beliefs.
Of course. But there is another wrinkle. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare. But it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice. The Sith delegation brought more than a few of their native flora with them when they set up in the embassy.
It seems those plants have been allowed to flourish, making it hard for us to verify what's flora and what's ambassador.
Then you search the embassy for his biometric key, collect your code piece, and we'll go about notifying his next of kin, if we can ever find them. But let's hope it doesn't come to that. The embassy is still legally Sith Zealot sovereign territory, so we're not technically permitted inside. We've snuck in the occasional spy, of course, but the ambassador has proven more evasive than you'd expect for a man of his age. But we're quite sure he hasn't left the city. The man stands out.
Okay.
It would at least be a speedier negotiation. But I, of course, hope the ambassador is alive and well. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here. This device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
Oh, good, good,
Now,
good.
if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
Sith entrance override. Gotcha. Let's go. Be diplomatic.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
Yeah, I'll talk to Yummy later. Rebel
I asked my
Alliance.
boss what they're doing to stop the new alien attacks on the city. He said top minds were on it. Sure hope they know what they're doing.
Top minds.
Maybe we should stop for a moment at the memorial. You know, to pay our respects.
You gotta be kidding me. It's plumbing, not a peace treaty.
Hard to believe it's been 2 decades since we were at war with the Collective, when it seems like only yesterday.
See how smooth I can talk.
I'm going to be up front with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective. But you lead, and I'll follow.
All that security, and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The Empire never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from the GNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Official business? Talk to the ambassador.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the imps want Rakghoul data from the Armistice archives. Some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all.
Yes.
I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right. I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go. You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance. One, to convince me. Understood. I'm listening. It's possible I might be letting my history cloud my judgment. Possibly. You know that for sure. That is interesting. A rebel agent serving the cause of the Empire. You must really believe in this little endeavor. Well, Captain, you make some good points. But if I'm really granting you access...
Actually being able to use my Rebel Agent card.
Your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these Rakghouls. The monitors will make sure of it. You go in once. You get everything you need on your trip, and never again. And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy needs to be involved in the oversight. Alliance scientists will ensure the Empire doesn't misuse this data. So, do we have an agreement? Excellent. Follow me. They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. Two unlikely allies, I guess.
One down.
It's a shame House Varun abandoned their embassy. I bet we could have learned a lot from one another.
Today for our future tomorrow. Submit your application now. Nearest
And we're in.
But this isn't what I expected at all. It appears the flora they were using as decor has overgrown the entire embassy. I've never seen a tree like this before in my entire life. It'd actually be more fascinating if its branches weren't blocking our way. Found anything useful?
big mistake.
All these mannequins. I don't know what's more annoying, the mannequins or that I can't raid them for what they're wearing. That turret should have been guarding me, not attacking me.
what we can.
It's got to be a turret. Any remaining turrets should be friendly to me. There could be turrets down here that are not friendly.
South what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the great Emperor's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss. Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then... silence. Has the rest of Coruscant suffered quite so badly?
No.
Harmless spores, you have my word, but hard to navigate. Hence why I was guiding you through the intercoms to restore the environmental controls. And release me. It is the sap of the tree that gives it its... well, perhaps not a topic for this exact moment. But I must know of the rest of the city. Does it still stand? I take it you didn't have such an experience where you were, then, hmm? Yes, the entire embassy was thrown into lockdown, trapping me in my quarters, disabling the Venom tree's filters, and arming the defenses. A disconcerting experience, to say the least. Was the rest of the city spared? Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Emperor's will that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the Empire, that much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door? And the broadcast spoke of rat ghouls at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So, the Empire requires information then? On rat ghouls, presumably. Do I see this all
You're
clearly?
pretty smart.
Yeah, the preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement.
Of course you do.
For years, the Sith have been known only as an agent of slaughter. We came here with hopes of shedding that legacy. With little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure our Sith legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Now, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
As the chair of Constellation, I take personal responsibility in vouching for this woman's integrity. She'll keep her word.
Well then, I shall not fear. Please, follow me. Let's hope it still works. let it be used for good.
I certainly will. Let's go see Elizabeth. They're like Thomasar's robes, only just slightly different. Wait, can I have the key for that?
May the Emperor guide your path. The affairs of the Sith are our own. They left. That is all there is to be said on the subject.
Okay, that's fair.
The Sith committed itself to the armistice. This was said at the time to be the desire of the great Emperor, and I do not believe the Emperor decides such things on a whim. So, when my brethren left, I remained, honoring the Emperor's will as I saw fit, as is the right of all his followers.
There, I've got Fembot back working. Sorry, guys. Didn't see you sneaking in. Angelina. I definitely think Keanu Reeves would be an excellent Darth Revan. And I'm sorry I didn't answer your question. I didn't see it because I rely on the Fembot to tell me when people are talking, and she went on break.
It was tolerable, even pleasant, when my brethren were here in the embassy with me. We remade this place as best we could into a home we all would recognize. Our native flora, our iconography, our connection to the dark side, they came with us. But with my brethren gone, it has been trying. But the great Emperor has always provided me a path in my darkest moments.
Hold on, please. Sorry about that. My wife's trying to get a lunch order put in, and okay, he does not give me the key, so I have to go the long way out, which is stupid. He should have given me the key to this door, because the elevator's right there. Instead, I have to go all the way around. Back the way I came in. Okay, I came in. Where's the entrance here? Here it is. No. How did I get in here? He has the key to that door, too. That's frustrating. I think there's another mission that I end up being able to talk to him, and he'll give me the key then.
Biotech Industries is looking for the young, bright minds.
On the record? What response?
I'm told by top officials.
Interstellar Affairs.
Hello.
Hello.
Captain, you're back sooner than... Oh, wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore? We're all in agreement. So the old man was still lurking around in there. Fine work, Captain. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors.
When you get down there, the Imperial Monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the Imperial code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza, across from Mast.
Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
Right, I'll just go down there and shoot my way in. Because that's how I do. Isn't that what she expects of me?
LOL.
return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin.
I think it would be cool if you could pick the locks on other units. Just gonna dwell on that for a second, get it nice and recorded so that those people at home who wanted to know what it said have the opportunity to interpret it. So I sure can't do it. Interstellar affairs.
Excuse me?
There you are.
Captain, Agent told me what went down. Impressive work.
Captain, if you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next.
Time for us to start getting some real answers. And figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready. Yes. It will be. Percival and I have done our damage. This is us starting to put some things right. You're carrying the most comprehensive collection of information on rat ghouls in the known galaxy. If we can't pry an answer out of there, it likely doesn't exist. Certainly doesn't mean it's going to be easy. But we're not gonna know until Percival and I dig in, so whenever you're ready. Acknowledged and accepted, Captain. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Genosis, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures. though it sounded like the agent had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
What are you doing? Are you sneaking away? Is this one of those walk like this moments? Walk this way.
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the Galactic Empire?
Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand.
Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the Galactic Empire.
Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen?
That sounds like you can take the citizenship away whenever you want.
Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the Galactic Empire as a full citizen.
Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation.
We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property.
Now, the other item we needed to discuss.
There's a member of the Empire who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the rat ghouls. And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by name.
So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms?
Sure.
I'm sorry. I can't share any more without your word. Do I have it? Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
You can see just about everything from here. And yes, you are actually outside in the game. If you jump from here, you have the time to use your jetpack before you land to not splatter.
Loitering is a class 5
Hey Rob
penalty,
and all in
500
chat.
credit fine.
Alhin! Subsection 7. Okay, it looks like a warehouse.
I've lived in New Atlantis almost my entire life, and I had no idea this place even existed. The UC certainly excels at keeping secrets.
Logging authorized entry. Unsealing access. You may proceed down the corridor. But there are no additional visitors. Brent's gonna have to wait out here.
I'll be fine. You go on ahead.
Welcome, Captain. Please, come down and approach the intercom. You and I should chat. Supreme Leader Abello was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get.
Really? What do you know about it?
We could speak. Do you know who I am? Perceptive. I like that. I'm Francois Fanon. But most know me as the Victus. I was an admiral during the Galactic Civil War. One of its great villains, if you believe the data pads. I was to be executed for my crimes. But the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. So they put me here. A sacrifice on the altar of peace. Even my death served the Empire. I want to help you, and my progeny Hadrian, prevent more attacks. Though I am curious, has she shared with you the nature of our little family? Did she? So willing to trust Hadrian. I never did succeed in driving that out of her. Our relationship has always been a challenging one. The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training to support it. And she excelled. But the universe cut all that short. Now, though, it's placed even more crucial work in front of the two of you. And set out to do. After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the Empire has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the Civil War. With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else.
Really?
The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with. Well, who better to find them? But many of them I knew personally, and I've always had a mind for details. Where someone was born, next of kin. You'd be shocked how often an otherwise brilliant criminal flees to the planet just next to the one where they were born, or where a family member resides. I simply use my own personal knowledge and the information our group collects for me to track them down and set things right. One task. That's all I require. There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlees. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the Galactic Empire's more problematic lines of research. Droid weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. But when the Civil War ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, and has continued to peddle his skills to the highest bidder to this day. But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him, however you're able. I'm not expecting he'll come quietly. Bring me evidence that the job's done, and I'll tell you what I know. You can certainly try, but the man's been out there 20 light years. He's likely gone feral by now. Easier for all if you simply blow up his ship and be done with it. If that's what you require to sleep at night, so be it. According to my information, he's been hiding around the world of Etheria, Wendell system. There's a star station in the vicinity. Port Haven, the head of the local Imperial fleet, one Captain Marquez, should be able to help you find our man.
All right. I'm gonna throw a save.
Hand pink waving.
And
Alvin saluting face.
I'm going to take a very quick break. I encourage everybody to grab a drink, grab a snack. I'll be back in less than 5 minutes.
RP. Alhoon.
Oh, Ripley. You Bipley. You under my desk. Sorry for the break being a little longer. Had to collect the food at the front door. And then make sure everybody got their food. Hope everybody had a chance to get a drink, get a snack.
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
What if my identity wasn't verified? Would you not let me out? Okay, you are going to just come with me. You're not going to make me have to ask you to come with me. Don't clear your throat at me.
Captain, did your meeting go well? I hope it's clear now why we needed you to agree to all the secrecy. Captain, please, keep your voice down. The situation with the prisoner is a complex one. A holdover from a different era. But it's a situation we've been managing as discreetly and humanely as we can for some time now. And the most critical part of that management is making sure no one else learns of it. Do I make myself clear? The Major doesn't have clearance for this sort of information, and she certainly doesn't need a distraction from her current, very important work. Which is why I need you to keep this to yourself. Short of jailing you? No, you're right. But in this moment, I think it would be a big mistake to tell her. Though I presume he didn't call you down there simply to discuss his daughter. Dr. Reginald Orlaise? He's finally found him. Of course, killing Orlaise is completely out of the question.
Okay. Thank you.
But bringing him to justice... He's been on the lam for years. That'd be a huge win for the Empire. What's being offered in return? Allowing you to kill someone on behalf of the prisoner? Absolutely not. But taking the chance to bring a known criminal to justice? Well, the old man's been right more than a few times in the past. So... what's being put on the table here? Really? He found the members of the research team. We'd already initiated a search for them, but it'd save a lot of time and manpower if he just gave us that information. Captain, if that's the deal, you have my endorsement. Just so long as you make every effort to bring the man in alive. Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss regarding your meeting? Port Haven. It's a star station orbiting the Port Haven system. The second star station, actually, to bear that title. First one was blown to smithereens by the Sith Zealots during the Emperor's Crusade. The place has always acted as a remote strategic hub, primarily for repairing and refueling Imperial military vessels. But because of its distance from the rest of the Empire, things there have always been a little more lax. Patrols included. I can think of worse places in the galaxy for a criminal to hide out. Trusting the man downstairs would be a mistake, but I don't think you need to be too concerned. This is far from the first name he's handed over, and all previous missions went off largely without a hitch.
So while I'd certainly warrant caution, I think you can proceed.
Then I'll bid you good day, Captain, and remind you of the importance of discretion.
Pardon me, everybody. I have to go take some medication. Sorry about that, guys. One of those little known facts about RP, I am allergic to mushrooms. Just discovered that the black pepper chicken that we ordered is about 50% mushrooms. And no, it is not described that way on the menu. So needless to say, I'm more than a little irritated by that. I know mushrooms is not a common allergy, but it's common enough that I'm pretty sure ingredients should be listed on all menus. What's a good word, Russ?
Wait up! Fancy seeing you. I was hoping to run into you eventually. I've got something for you. Well, that's very sweet of you. I insist. You did me a huge favor, and I couldn't live with myself if I didn't get you back. I saved some of the credits I earned. I can't compare to what you did for me, but I wanted to show my appreciation all the same. Here you go. Oh, I'm just working the front desk at a local accounting practice. It's not glamorous, but it pays the bills while I take classes. I haven't decided whether I want to pursue a history degree or get into film studies. I've always been interested in Earth culture, so one of those seems appropriate. Oh, no problem. I wanted to keep my word. Anyway, I was hoping you could do one last favor for me. Since you have a ship, would you be able to deliver a letter to my sister Julia for me? I knew I could count on you. This means a lot to me. Let me just add a few more details to my letter. And... okay, there. Thanks again. Take care.
And now we can deliver a letter to Julia. Probably.
I picked up something you might be interested in. We have liftoff.
We've made liftoff.
Apogee kick complete. Orbit steady.
Oh, dear sister is already the active quest.
Hostile ship. Not too late to surrender.
Well, I know they weren't talking to me.
Nice jump. We're right on target.
I don't have a marker. Do you see a ship here? I don't see a ship. So this is one of those quests that remains broken. More's a pity. I ran into the ship at a different location, but every time I saw it, when I'd exit the ship and undock, it would jump away.
Must have been a good jump. We're still in one piece.
Docking complete. It's so satisfying seeing the hatches line up.
View when you have a moment. Let me guess. You missed me and you couldn't stay away. Fishing for a handout, eh?
Solvent.
Oh,
At least,
talking to you already.
at least this time it wasn't a freaking sedative.
Well, this station's seen better days. I wonder if the UC will ever fully restore it to its former glory.
Look who's back. You got something quick? Kinda busy at the moment. Orlaise. Doesn't ring a bell. Anything you can tell me about him? A man? Living around Etheria. The gas giant. Only one ship like that I know of. Never docks. Doesn't respond to hails. They call it the Warlock. Maybe this Orlaise of yours is the one piloting it. I can give you the coordinates to its last sighted location if you want. Just, well, you'll need to be careful. That part of Etheria's sky is an old debris field. Plenty dangerous. More than a few scrappers heading out never came back. Well, the original Port Haven Star Station was destroyed many cycles ago during the Emperor's Crusade by marauding Sith zealots. Big part of the remains from those battles ended up gathering around Etheria, forming a nasty debris field.
That explains that.
Every now and then, some headstrong scrapper comes limping back because they hit an 80-year-old mine. Or sometimes they don't come back at all. Things you should know? Port Haven's not really that kind of place. This is a quiet assignment. Keep an eye out for pirates, make sure smuggling's kept to a minimum, occasional rescue job out in the debris fields. Otherwise, it's mostly long haulers,
and staying ready for the day the Rebel Alliance wants another round or the Sith come back in force.
I have a joke for you. Hey Russ and Owen.
Hey, Owen.
I honestly thought it was just a storyboard haulers told each other to keep themselves amused. Pretty surprised to find out he has a name. Like, finding out the Grim Reaper's named Mitch or something. Huh. Makes you wonder, though. Ships have been disappearing in those fields for years. Going theory on why was a combination of old ordnance and Etheria's gravity disappearing them. But maybe someone's been helping them over the ledge. Sure thing. Here. This should get you pointed in the right direction. Go
What
get
does
your man.
frozen beer, burnt pizza, and a pregnant woman have in common?
I don't know, Owen.
What? Oh, sorry. Just the rat ghoul attack. I'm lucky to still be here.
I'm sure they're sad to see you go.
Somebody didn't pull out in time.
Gotcha.
Henry's boy, who is this you've brought me? More scrap for the field. Savor your last moments, Moat. All systems. Shoot them down.
Whoop. Not what I meant to do.
Target trap drive is disabled.
I forget how to cripple its engine. Where is he? I ran into him. I didn't mean to destroy him.
Don't you just love grab jobs?
You're entering Imperial space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. All right, we're done. You're cleared to land at the Imperial core.
I was going to try and take him alive. No, I bounced off his ship and he got destroyed. A ship's shields regenerate slowly. Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Let's pop into Outland while we're here, and see if Joe has anything useful to add to our arsenal.
Subsection 7. Time to go below. This way.
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
Welcome back, Captain. Do you have some news for me regarding Dr. Olays? So he didn't come quietly then, as I suspected. I presume you have evidence of this. Excellent. Please, deposit it in the transfer system.
Transfer accepted.
Would you look at that? Kept it all these years. Some simply couldn't let go of that old world. This is fine work, Captain. I can ensure the remaining team members find their way to the Red Devil's headquarters. Except for one. That one you'll need movements during the war, so I would arm yourself appropriately. And I think you'll want to check in with Hadrian and Dr. Walker before paying it a visit. Kaiser will likely have security protocols you'll need their help to overcome. An Imperial Model A, yes. Specifically customized for the needs of the biowarfare team during the Civil War. A powerful resource, if you can recover him. I dedicated my life to the Galactic Empire. Every effort of my being to their protection. I even gave them my heirs. Even if my circumstances have changed, my purpose has not.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Of course. We're protecting the galaxy, Captain. We'll need every tool at our disposal.
We're leaving. My friend does not have to stay here.
This isn't the AI you were looking for.
Right.
Where is you mugshot and border at?
It's too much data for this game. So I don't use it.
About time we got out of there.
Ah, okay.
It was fine before the mods. You know, when I was just running Starfield with no mods, the camera wasn't too much.
Retro's firing. Orbit stabilized.
Hey.
Captain, welcome back. I was afraid you might have gotten reassigned. You've been gone so long. So how's it feel to be a citizen? To each their own. Still remember my ceremony. 19 years old. Standing on the front deck of Mast, looking over the city. One of the proudest days of my life. But it is real good to have you here again. We've been going through the Rakghoul data and, well, we're going to need all the help we can get. These logs, they're even more thorough than I remembered. Genetic workups, population statistics, hell, even their food chain. I'd completely forgotten. For example, that there was a creature that actually ate Rakghouls. At this point, the data's given us more options to explore than we have people to work on them. That'd be something, wouldn't it? I'm sorry, are you? You're serious? You found our research team? That's incredible. That accelerates everything. With them back, it'll let us... Wait. Kaiser. Did you find Kaiser? That's right. You would need that. Whoever gave you these leads sure knew their stuff. Well, how? How exactly did you manage to find them? That's not funny. Seriously, how'd you find them? No. That's insane. He died. They executed him. They faked his death? My entire unit, they threw us all to the wolves, but kept him? And now he's what? An advisor? Commanding the fleet in secret? What was so important that they had to keep him alive?
Good question.
I'm sure they did. They invested so much in him over the years. Even grew him an entire family he didn't want.
He's alive. Ve Victus is still alive. This is just typical of UC bureaucracy. A cover-up of this magnitude could directly lead to war. What the hell is the matter with them?
I guess it makes sense though, doesn't it? The Empire of that era only created me because they were afraid of a world without Ve Victus in command. Why would they get rid of him? As long as I live, I'll never understand the loyalty that old bastard elicited. Exactly. Because the Empire, they did a lot of terrible things for that man.
Yes, they did.
But even knowing they did, knowing that they kept him alive all this time, you know what I feel right now? It's hope. I had no one when I was outside the Empire. No Red Devils, no family. But that old world, where I was no one and my father mattered, that's gone. Thanks to what you and I have done, I have a place again. A purpose. But it's finally one I can be proud of. You and I.
And it's one you
we're
built.
going to change what the Empire stands for. So I don't care if Ve Victus is alive or dead. He can rot for all I care. We're the ones who are making the galaxy and the Empire better.
Good on you.
Precisely. Because there's nothing we can do about past choices. What we can do is try and make the right ones now. So, let's get back to the business at hand. Now, my father just handing over the information on the research team and Kaiser out of the clear blue, I can't say I trust it. But if he has something to gain from helping us prevent Rakghoul attacks, I'm not seeing it. So while you'll absolutely want to be cautious, what would you think about trying to bring back Kaiser?
Okay,
I'm honestly not sure what his endgame might be. Involving himself in preventing Rakghoul attacks? After all the damage he's done? Something doesn't add up. But he clearly understands how valuable it'd be to have Kaiser involved in this endeavor. So, I still think it'd be worth looking into. If you're willing.
I'm willing. Because it's either the Rye or the Kaiser.
I think it's the right call. But if Kaiser has been out wandering on his own for all this time, you're gonna need a couple things. I know it's here somewhere.
High-tech society using paper files in folders.
Here, Kaiser schematics. Actuators, weapons, batteries. That old droid's been MIA for a while, so chances are he's going to need some repairs. He's also got a lock on his voice controls. You can give yourself authorization with the phrase, Nos belli machinis. Now, where exactly is the old machine? A battlefield? On Nira? Oh, sheesh. No wonder no one's found him. That sector of Nira was destination number 1 for bioweapons during the war. Add to that general environmental devastation, and the kind of lawlessness that comes with any rebel world, and that planet's got more than enough ways to make a visit your last. But I think there's a place where you can start your search. Yep. One-of-a-kind salvage. Licensed to an Angelo Alonso. Goes by Gel. As good a place to start as any.
I'll go speak to Hair Gel.
Kaiser lets us do field work with a level of precision that there's really no other way to accomplish. More than a few of the options we're looking into. Detectors to uncover the Rakghoul transmission method, or crafting a targeted biological agent. They require highly specific materials to test against. Asking a group of stormtroopers to accompany us for that kind of work? Well, it usually ended up with ruined samples and wounded teammates.
Hello, brother.
Tony, welcome aboard.
And I'll make sure we're ready to put them to use as soon as you got them.
Why am I going to the abandoned mines?
How are you and thank you.
I was doing just fine until my lunch tried to poison me. Now I'm feeling a little drowsy because I had to take Benadryl.
We're locking into orbit now. Another perfect jump. Just like you planned.
Looks like I've been here before. Ah, yes, I have. Just a reminder for everybody, on Discord and on my YouTube homepage, there's a poll
Let's put this bird on the ground.
for what's going to be the next Star Wars game on Sunday.
I wonder how many life forms are roaming this planet. This is the result of humankind laying waste to a planet in the name of war. The ecosystem here has been totally destroyed.
Where's my sniper? That person's afraid of a heat leech.
I'm pleased to see scrappers disassembling these mechs. Damn war machines are better off being erased from history.
Hey, Jill.
Hey! New model on the floor. Welcome to the one-of-a-kind. Refuge and rest home for the hardest scrappers anywhere. Name's Jill. Proprietor. So formal. The pleasure is all mine, my lady. Angelo Alonso, at your service. You can call me Jill. Can I get you started on a tab, then? Or you here to try and make your fortune in the fields? I'm happy to take your credits however you want to hike them over. Kaiser, no droid around here with that tag. Oh, unless you mean Captain Ahab? At least, that's what we've all been calling him. No clue what his actual designation is, since he's got some sort of security protocol that prevents inquiries and general chit-chat. But he's a combat droid, right? Yeah, that droid's been out there a while now, hunting this one siren. His white whale. But it's been a while since anyone's laid eyes on Captain Ahab, though. Maybe he finally got the thing. Or it got him. That's where I recognize that Imperial insignia. Red Devils. Yeah, Ahab's definitely your droid. So, sounds like you've got two options. You can wander around out there, hunting your droid. Little old white whale of your very own. Maybe you find him. Maybe you get yourself killed. But knowing this rock is part of what we do here. So if you want to find him a whole lot faster, I'll sell you what I know about this. Kaiser's location. Going rate's a little steep, but I'm willing to negotiate. I'm listening. Hold on. I never said that was my final offer. I hear you. I'm still willing to talk. Okay. You made your point. I'll give you a discount. Pleasure doing business with you. So, last anyone heard of him, he was out near the Vengeance, a downed Imperial ship about a quarter click down the main strip. One of my roughnecks said he heard some kind of beacon. Just keep your ears open. You should find your droid. Eyes open too. Sirens and Transdoshans out there, and neither takes prisoners. Oh, and corpse retrieval is not included in this transaction, so now you know. Give Ahab a Kaiser.
Lunch tried poison you. Why?
We ordered black pepper chicken, and instead of just being chicken, about half of the chicken was actually mushrooms.
Sadly for you. Ecliptic must be getting desperate if they've resorted to searching piles of scrap for mech parts. Many lives lost when these UC ships were destroyed. Brings back painful memories.
Yes, of course. At the salvage yard. Now that I know what kind of battery I need.
Sure, power like that was meant for humankind. Waste of time.
Hey RP, howdy all, hand pink waving,
Reese.
hand pink waving.
How you doing, Reese?
Get you something? So that's where your droid's been. Ran out of juice. Heat leeches, wasn't it? Those little stowaways are everywhere on this rock. Suck the power out of a pen light if you let them. But a microcell, that's Imperial grade tech. I think we might have one, but I can promise you, it's not going to be cheap. You could probably Frankenstein one together using our fabrication system here, but only if you had some quality schematics. So, I just brace for a little sticker shock. No better selection on the planet.
Jeez. Give me all those.
I'm pleased to see scrappers disassembling these mechs. Damn war machines are better off being erased from history.
What you shooting at down here?
resume my mission. Please step aside. Major Sanan will have to wait. I cannot leave my mission. Although previous attempts to disarm the weapon have been unsuccessful, additional support may allow me to complete my active mission more quickly, allowing me to leave this place. Request denied. My current mission requires completion. Will you provide support? My mission is the disarmament of Unit XW.
Warhammer, not Star Wars.
Designation Siren. Nera's final.
No, that's a Star Wars.
99 has proven a far more formidable adversary than its peers.
I fought a lot of these in Jedi Survivor.
I'm sorry. You're chasing a real, living Xeno weapon. Weren't they all wiped out?
They will be. Unit 99 has proven a capable adversary.
Looking.
External support, however, seems the most likely path to disarming it. During the Galactic Civil War, handling of Unit 99 and its peers were among my personal duties. Deploy Unit 99. Defend Unit 99 against hostile forces. But above all, ensure Unit 99 was never used against non-combatants. When I was separated from the biowarfare team with the armistice, Unit 99 and its broodmates remained here, causing many non-combatant deaths. So I am here to correct my mistake. I have nearly succeeded in disarming their brood. Only Unit 99 remains. Correct. Unit 99 is a siren, a deadly biological specimen deployed to Nera during the Galactic Civil War, engineered for combat efficiency. Execution of
BTW having issues with Amazon delivering to you guys, so may have to send me and send on and hope customs let it through.
I don't know why Amazon would be having a hard time.
Technically, yes. All bioweapons have a control interface, which allows them to be given orders. If Unit 99 were to be subdued, I could wipe its interface. This would prevent Unit 99 from ever being used as a weapon again. That would be technically sufficient for the parameters of my mission. However, it is my personal assessment that Nera would be better off with Unit 99 terminated. I suggest you meet our foe before rendering a judgment. Let us move. Mind your step. As you have no doubt witnessed, this region can be hazardous to organics.
Hurt when you do that.
She loves when I do that. That's why I do that.
a frontal assault on the outpost. No quarter given. Do you concur? If these mercenaries are able to decipher a method to access Unit 99's control interface, it would allow them to deploy the weapon. This must be prevented at all costs.
I'm in total agreement. A frontal assault sounds like it's in order.
Moving out. Detection event registered. Initiating search. Target confirmed. Kill protocols engaged.
Am I out of grenades already?
Unit 99 service is now complete. Mine, however, continues. Our work here is finished. Now, what is this mission you spoke of? Major Sanan is involved. That is a cause I would like to be a part of. You are docked at one of a kind. I will meet you there.
You have anything valuable?
That does more damage than what I'm currently using. Better range, better accuracy. It's a little heavier. I'll take it. I don't see a end of dungeon chest down here. Here it is. It's really only an ammo crate. Pardon me. And again, please. Beskar. Do I want to go for the contraband? I would have to take that to a specialty place like the Wolf's Den or out to Mandalore. Its value is 300,000, which means I'd get maybe tops 100,000 for it. I think it's safe to leave it. I thought maybe he would be here outside, but he's not.
Liftoff looks good. All systems
We're locking into orbit now.
And this way I don't have contraband on board.
Welcome to Geonosis. You're clear to land at Sidonia.
I have no plans on landing at Sidonia. One of my favorite pictures.
We have arrived. I will meet you inside the facility.
I can't believe it.
Major Sanon, Dr. Walker.
You're in better shape than I expected, guys. Shouldn't take us long to get you back up to full fighting capacity.
This is good to hear. I was told there is a new threat on the horizon. I wish to learn more.
Percival will give you the full story.
Plus, get you dressed for the occasion.
Occasion? Where are we going?
Londinium.
Londinium. Doctor, I will require additional armaments.
That's the plan. Come on.
Captain, you're with me. Time to walk you through what we came up with. So the problem we're up against, it's vast. Rat ghouls, they can be anywhere. Meaning us finding and disposing of them ourselves isn't an option. But what if we could let something else do the work for us? Come on, I'll walk you through what we're thinking. You remember that creature we talked about before you went to Nira? The thing that eats rat ghouls? The Aciles?
Well, you didn't tell me what it was, but sure.
Apparently, they could track rat ghouls. But when the Empire ran low on synthetic foods during the war, the Aciles were chosen to fill in the gaps.
We thought they were harvested to extinction. But in the data, the research team found the location of a few remaining specimens. As you can see, what we're proposing is bringing them back.
We'd breed populations of them, distribute them to settled worlds, and then let nature take its course.
Using a method that thousands of years of adaptation have already perfected. We could speed up their breeding process using, well, using some of the same technologies that were used to create me.
We even think that with some time and investigation, we could even use the Aciles' hunting skills to track down the rat ghoul transmission method at long last. Find out how we spread them and put an end to the rat ghoul problem definitively. If you pick a fight with one, or you're a rat ghoul, sure. But Aciles were already spread across the galaxy once before during the Clone War.
As livestock.
They're far less of a danger than the one we're proposing to clean up.
All our data suggests so. Aciles, they're impressive hunters. The few tests we've been able to run, well, they more than got the job done.
They're also shockingly adaptable. The data suggests they're able to thrive just about anywhere, and we plan to selectively breed them so they can hunt rat ghouls wherever they're hiding. Which is important because we did some cross-referencing in the rat ghoul data. On worlds where Aciles were present, rat ghouls weren't. Suggests that however it is rat ghouls are getting onto our worlds, Aciles are somehow cleaning that up as well. These creatures are good at what they do.
15 HRS and 7 minutes to my weekend with Yvonne.
I suppose that's a fair comparison. Except that this time, we'd be protecting human lives, not ending them.
Now, there is another option for removing the rat ghouls from our worlds. It's faster, maybe even more
And
efficient,
Nikki.
but riskier.
A micro.
Sounds good, Tony.
Something we could aerosolize, let spread, and have it clean up anything with rat ghoul biodata for us, which would include ghouls and, we expect, their transmission method.
It'd still take time to build, test, and distribute, but no other method could hold a candle to it when it comes to sheer efficiency. Not even the Asylees. Percival assures me that they're minimal.
He'll be able to encode safeguards against mutation in the agent's genetics, so that they stick to the task of cleaning up rat ghouls.
But the microscopic world has a tendency to behave in ways you can't always predict.
Mm-hmm.
So to say there's zero risk would be a lie. Well, so that's tricky. Both plans are going to take major investments in time and resources. We're talking years of work, not to mention some highly specialized materials.
Rat ghoul cell lines we can breed quickly and consistently to test on. Asylees gene samples
Yeah,
we
her
can use
gift
to rebuild
arrived
their
today
bloodlines.
and she loved it. Turns
Or
out something
sharpen our
she's
microbes
always
tracking
wanted gave
skills.
her a blue rose heart
Not
bear
the
with
sort of
heart
things
necklace.
any labs just got lying around.
Nice.
But we think we found a lead. One place in the known galaxy where we know we should be able to find all the materials we need. All paths lead to Londinium.
It's certainly not encouraged, but the Empire's given their sign-off for this excursion. This trip is
You
all
know
above
what
board.
she said, now I can wear your heart close to my chest.
Aw.
I think this is the answer we've been looking for.
Now the Empire has a small operating base on Londinian's outskirts.
I know
Cleared
I
for
cried
access,
when
but
she
we'll
said
need
it.
to check in with the base commander, Sarah Hatun, when we touch down. I'm gonna help Percival and Kaiser prep, but once that's done, we'll rendezvous with you there.
But you need to know, Londinian, it belongs to the rat ghouls. They'll have anti-bio gear for us at the base, but I'd make sure you've got your favorite arms on hand.
I always have my favorite arms on hand. Lefty and righty, they always come with me wherever I go.
Yes?
All right. So it looks like we're going to Londinium.
This is quite an impressive research facility. When it comes to the study of the Terramorph, the Red Devils are sparing no expense.
That's a dangerous looking creature. How do I get in there and open the door?
My God. I still can't believe you can do that.
Okay. Hello.
I just want to get a closer look at it.
Pardon.
This one looks bigger. Is this one bigger? All right, folks. We're going to call that a wrap here. We'll be going to Londinium next week. But as for me, I'll be going to Phasmophobia tomorrow. If, by any chance, Phasmophobia is a wash, I do have another game on deck. So, there will be a stream tomorrow regardless. So, until then, take care, everybody. Check in on friends and family. Make sure everybody's doing okay. I'm Rob. Thanks for gaming with RP.
Thanks for the stream, Rob. Hope you and everyone in chat have a great weekend.